Okay, so here's the problem. The mower won't start. So remember, any gas engine, whether it's a lawnmower, snowmobile, weed eater, hedge trimmer, or automobile, gas engines need three basic things to run. They need air, fuel, and fire. It's got plenty of fuel. I know it's getting air. I suspect that it is the spark. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be testing and reviewing the Lyle inline spark plug tester, or spark tester. You can use this on any gas engine. You can use it on cars, motorcycles, boats, whatever. It's very, very easy to use, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. In the past, what you would have to do if you want to test for spark is grab yourself an old spark plug, pull the boot off, put the spark plug in, ground it, and test for fire. Not such a good way. Well, that's the way it works. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to put this in line with what we've got here. So I'm going to take this boot. I'm going to actually take the reason I like this is because it's got a straight and a 90-degree boot. So I'm going to put the boot on there on the spark plug. Okay. And then I'm going to take the tester light. Doesn't matter which way you put it. I'm going to click it just like this and like that. And if we see a light in here, it means we've got spark. So let's turn the key on and let's see. Okay, we have nothing. So what do? Well, you don't take this to a shop because they're going to charge you, gosh, I don't know how much they would charge you, a lot. What we are going to do is we need to get to the coil that's up under here, and I'm going to show you how to do that next. Alright, so what I did was, there are 4 bolts, one here, one here, one here, and one here. I took that loose. I removed the air cleaner. It just pulls off. And then there's one tiny screw right here next to the air cleaner. And then this whole assembly will kind of just pivot up out of the way. And there's no reason for me to take this completely off. I'm just going to let that sit there. And right here, let me see if I can get you in a little closer. This is our coil. And I'm just checking to make sure that the ground wire is still in there. It is, so I'm going to do one final quick test. I'm going to disconnect this. I'm going to repeat our spark test one time, just to double check. Okay, the key's on. Okay. So, the problem is not the coil. Okay. The problem, obviously, is this ground. There's a tiny ground wire that's right here. So I'm going to see where this wire goes. Okay, it looks like it's terminating where it's supposed to go. Let me plug it in again. And try it again. Okay, disconnect the ground wire. Okay. So, something is wrong with this part of the circuit here. So, you need to do a little diagnostics before you actually say, hey, it is in fact the coil. Okay, so we know that the engine will start when this ground wire is disconnected. Okay, so we want to see if the wire is bad, or maybe if something inside the coil is bad. So I'm going to, actually let me do it this way. I'm going to attach this alligator clip, if I can do it. Attach the alligator clip and to this, and when I start it, it should run. Then when I ground it, it should stop. Okay, I'll do it again. I touched it to the block and it stopped. Okay, now, what is that telling us? Well, it's telling us either the wire is bad, which I don't believe the wire is bad. That wire goes down to a small little junction block, which I'll let you see on the side of the engine. See that little junction block right there? Okay, and then that wire goes all the way to the key. Wow, this camera's just not cooperating today. Anyway, my guess, the wire looks fine. My guess that it's possible that this key switch has gone bad. So, the way that we'll test that is I'll disconnect the wire from here, and if it starts, then we know that it's probably the key switch itself. So I'm going to do that and we'll be right back. Alright, so I disconnected the wire and kept it plugged in back here, and it still won't start. So that means the problem is from here to the junction block. So let's move to the junction block. Alright, so I want to show you guys, this is the broken part. The plastic white piece has sheared off right here, and this is the brand new part. The throttle cable fits into there, and I'll need to transfer this contact switch and this terminal over to the new bracket. But this was the cause of the no start. There was an arm right here that when the cable basically came out of the block, it rested right here and was making contact grounding the coil. So I'm going to go ahead and switch everything over and put it back on, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here is the control plate that I've got on here now, and if you'll watch see if I can get in a little closer. I've got the throttle adjusted now so that when it's in the forward position, it makes contact right there. You can hear it, and it'll shut the machine off. You can also shut it with the key, and then we've got the choke all the way there. There's a lever right there. So everything's adjusted perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with, I'm going to put a new air filter on while I'm here, and then we'll do a test start and I'll show you how it runs. Alright, so that concludes the emergency repair of the snapper. It's running very well. The next thing that we're going to be doing on a different video, I'm going to be showing you how to remove and reinstall the bushings on the front end, because the front end is pretty sloppy. So there's a lot of plastic bushings under there, and also we're going to be doing some underside mower adjustments, but that's for another video. If this is helpful to you, leave me a comment below, and I will see you guys on the next video.